Hey guys, welcome back. It happened again. I came home with another Tupperware. So, we got another tarantula we need to rehouse. Can't live in this for all it's got to go in one of the nice fancy ones to go on the rack behind me, right? So it's going to go here. And it's another beautiful female tarantula. It's another New World tarantula. So let's get to it. Basically, I'm going to show you what I got. I got a Rubbermaid quart that's got an awful lot of holes in it. So, apparently this species requires lots of ventilation. And, otherwise, all I have is a giant hole. And that's it. There's nothing else in here. So, we're going to find out what it is. I know what it is, but you don't know what it is. And it's super, super cool. So they had to make some sort of an arboreal. It's an arboreal species because this is to mimic the inside of a tree. You can see they got a nail sitting there to kind of hold a bunch of cork pieces together to make it into a round. But I think we can do something a little bit better than this. Let's see what we got. So before we actually get started, I've gone and done what I'd call a dry setup. And what I mean by that is this species is an arboreal species. Now when you saw the video that I did, and I'll put the link up in the corner of the last rehousing that we did, of that big Nandu Tripepii female, we gave her a standard, typical kind of hide, and it's just a piece on the ground, like a little shell on the ground, and it worked great for her. And a lot of species like those kind of hides. But an arboreal species needs to have some vertical height, and it needs to have some shelter within. So this is basically the dry setup that I've come up with. The purpose behind these few little oak branches is basically because I'm going to be adding in a pothos plant. I got a nice little pothos plant here, so we're going to be adding that in the back right corner, and that'll give it some structure and some vining ability, and then the vines will hopefully grow up and give a bit more shelter to give the tarantula a bit more, more relaxation, more stress-free environment. So that's just kind of the idea I came up with, but each one of these pieces that's actually in here is actually a cork round and it's hollow. So you can see this one here, it's a large piece. It's got lots of space, but this is also not a little tarantula. Like that Nandu, this one is another big one from South America. Actually from Central America, I guess it's right in the middle. This one's actually from Panama. So another one, this one here has got some nice shelter to it. So that's kind of the dry setup of what I came up with. Now the first thing we're going to have to do, we're going to add, like you'll see in the other thing, we're going to do it as a time lapse, but we're going to add a drainage layer. We're going to add some mesh to protect the drainage layer before we add our substrate mix. I'm going to be using my standard moisture retentive substrate mix, the same stuff that I use for all my isopods and stuff. That's the same stuff that you see me use in most of my vivariums. So we'll be using that again. And we've got our pieces. We got some nice green moss. We got all sorts of stuff. So let's get to it. Layer. I see a bit of the soil went beneath my drainage layer. For this purpose, it's honestly not going to matter. This is not a species that's really going to burrow much at all. I've kind of hidden my crappy water dishes that I don't like seeing. I do have some natural ones, as I mentioned before, that are coming on order. The pothos has got lots of room to spread. The growing area is coming this way, and then we'll be able to wrap it around. I think all in all, we've met all the needs of an arboreal tarantula in a smaller enclosure. Now this is a 12 by 12 enclosure for this female, and she'll probably absolutely love it. So let's take a peek at this hairy monster, see what we got. Now this hide that they've constructed definitely makes it a little bit more challenging for me to get the animal out of here and into the new enclosure. Now the species of tarantula we're talking about today is the Panama Blonde. Psalmopoeus pulcher. As you can see, it's nailed here. It's probably nailed there. So this whole structure, and I wouldn't doubt it, this structure is probably glued or silicone to the bottom of the unit. So it's going to be a little bit challenging to get her out of here. They are known to be extremely fast and skittish, and they will bite if provoked. It's a New World species, so the venom isn't really overly medically significant or anything, but as you guys know, I'm not a fan of getting bitten. I've been bitten by far too many things already. So let's try and move her out with the least amount of stress as possible. See if we can find a way to move this structure. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's not attached. All right. So if we can do that, maybe we could tilt it. And we could see what's happening. I can't see what's happening. If I were her, I'd already be annoyed. I could see her down there. She's not going to be happy because I'm destroying all her beautiful housework. And she's not happy already. Now, the one nice thing, if there is a nice thing, a silver lining to this per se, is that this genus of New World species do not have urticating hairs, or setae. So she will not be kicking. There she is right there. So she cannot kick hairs at me. So in one regard, I'm thankful for that. Let's see if we can coax her into this. I think this cup's a little bit big. You can still see she's a very young female. She hasn't fully developed the full blonde coloration of her abdomen yet, which is a characteristic of the species. She's trying to figure out what's happened to her house. What's going on here, she's saying. While she's out, once she goes into her new house and into her new hide, we might not be able to get any footage of her. So while she's kind of here and just kind of chilling out, maybe we'll take some video and some pictures. So as mentioned, it's a New World arboreal. She can get to be up to about 6 inches. So she's probably all of 4+ right now. It's a fast-growing species. And this is a female, so she can live upwards of 15+ years. The boys only live about 3 or 4. But look at the hair on them. That is outstanding. Coming from Panama, they do require fairly high humidity. You're going to want to have at like 65, 75, 80% humidity in their enclosure. So that media that I'm using is nice and moisture retentive. You saw me moist everything down and water that plant in nice and well. Of course, I went to start rehousing her again and using the bottle, and of course my camera wasn't on, so just put the bottle down. She's going very calmly into the thing. That is an absolute beautiful species. So for this one, I'm going to introduce her. Unlike the other one, this one, as I mentioned, is arboreal. So I'm going to be putting the lids on top of this enclosure first, unlike the other one that we rehoused. And that way I know she's automatically going to try and go up, and she can go into her hides there at the back. So we're going to add her to the enclosure from the front. And hopefully she'll stay out a little bit, that maybe we could shoot some nice video. All right. Yeah, she does not like the brush. Come on, gentle. There she is. The beautiful Panama Blonde. Another stunning girl for the collection. Oh, she's eyeing us up. She says, bring it closer. I dare ya. I really wish that ugly juice jug water dish wasn't in the frame, but it is what it is. Being from Panama, right near the equator, this is a species that generally would have it a little bit warmer. Now my room on average is about 75 degrees. With the addition of the lights that are going to be in the systems, it'll bring it up a little bit by day, and that'll be more than enough as a day-night change for her. She goes about exploring her environment. I think she's found one of the hides. I think we're going to leave her alone, let her adjust, let her find a place to rest, and we'll see what she looks like in the morning. So as always, my friends, thank you kindly for watching and supporting me. If you're enjoying the channel, please consider sharing the videos, liking the videos, giving me comments, and if you really want to support me, consider becoming a member of the channel. From my lair to yours, thank you, my friends, for watching. Till next time, stay safe and take care.